It was the sea that Mafaru feared. He had been surrounded by it ever since he was born. The thunder of it filled his ears, the crash of it upon the reef, the mutter of it at sunset, the threat and fury of its storms on every hand, wherever he turned, the sea. He could not remember when the fear of it had first taken hold of him. Perhaps it was during the great hurricane which swept Hikaru when he was a child of 3. Even now, 12 years later, Mafaru could remember that terrible morning. His mother had taken him out to the barrier reef to search for sea urchins in the reef pools. There were other canoes scattered at wide intervals along the reef. With late afternoon, the other fishermen began to turn back. They shouted warnings to Mafaru's mother. It was the season of hurricane, and the people of Hikaru were nervous and ill at ease, charged, it seemed, with an almost animal awareness of impending storm. But when at last Mafaru's mother turned back towards the shore, a swift current had set in around the shoulder of the reef passage, a meeting of tides that swept like a mill race out into the open sea. It seized the frail craft in its swift race. Despite all the woman's skill, the canoe was carried on the crest of the churning tide through the reef passage into the outer ocean. Mafaru would never forget the sound of his mother's despairing cry. He didn't know then what it meant, but he felt that something was terribly wrong, and he set up a loud wailing. Night closed down upon them, swift as a frigate's wing, darkening the known world. The wind of the open ocean rushed in at them, screaming. Waves lifted and struck at one another, their crests hissing with spray. The poles of the outrigger were torn from their thwarts. The woman sprang forward to seize her child as the canoe capsized. The little boy gasped when the cold water struck him. He clung to his mother's neck. Moana, the sea god, was reaching up for them, seeking to draw them down to his dark heart.